And welcome to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by SRG Financial Advisors, our veterinary, Surdike Yamaha, Polylift Boat Lifts, and Rough Water Docks. And we're here at the School of the Osage, home of the Indians. We've got head coach Shannon Jolly here. And coach, a great Friday night. I mean, in about every way. It was homecoming, huge crowd, and you guys just played great.
Yeah, it was nice to kind of put things together. I mean, it's been a little bit of process over the first 3 weeks, but you know, kind of staying true to what we talk about and staying on course and making sure we're not accepting things that aren't in line with what we want to do successfully. So, you know, it was nice to put things together, and all the other things included were just a bonus for sure.
Yeah, this Eldon team, they came in, they were 3-0, undefeated. They'd won the week before by 60 points, and you guys just shut them down.
Yeah, I think the true football fans and the guys that are around all of these conference opponents know that, you know, Versailles is struggling a little bit right now, and Coach Seitz is working through that. But, you know, sometimes scores get lopsided, and it doesn't really, you know, tell the true story of what's going on. And, you know, I think they were fortunate to play Versailles the week before, but probably wasn't as competitive as maybe what it needed to be. And I think those sometimes give some false representation. But Eldon's a good football team, and we just felt like at the time that some of the teams that we'd played Jeff City, we'd played Blair Oaks already, was going to eventually turn out for an advantage for us, and I think it did Friday night.
Yeah, and you had talked earlier in the season about not being able to put a full game together. You'd have tough times with special teams one night or defense one night, and Friday night you put it all together and it looked good.
Yeah, somebody had said, I'm not you know, into all the metrics and the analytics as much as everybody else, but they talked about, I think that was the first shutout for School of the Osage since maybe 2017. So, you know, it's hard to do, especially even in games that are blowouts. You know, you sub guys in and stuff like that. So to keep people out of the end zone for an entire game is difficult. So, you know, we were really proud of our defense, and our special teams play was pretty good. Other than one, I thought a poor punt on our part. I thought we did things well, and I got a chance to kick a field goal, even though it was taken off, you know, because of a penalty. It was still nice to go through that process and get a rep doing that.
Absolutely. How about that crowd? Homecoming crowd, just huge, loud, boisterous. That had to feel great on the sideline too.
Yeah, it's you know, again, we talk about it. I think everybody gets carried away sometimes when we talk about high school football, but you know, for me, it's an opportunity for us to bring the community in, or two communities in, on Friday night for something healthy and positive to do. And no, they showed out Friday night, and Eldon had a great crowd too. So, you know, it's fun to have everybody here at a school that I love so much. And that's, like I said, when you pull people in the community into one spot, it's very healthy.
What does a win like that do for a team's morale, for the psyche? I mean, I'm guessing it's just a huge boost.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to say anything else. For me, it's a little different, but for the kids, I mean, they've worked hard enough and to earn a win, so to see them have success and be able to leave with that feeling, a winning feeling, really helps us roll into this week. And that's what's more important to me, is momentum we get into this week as we, you know, reach week 10. So we'll be excited about getting on the field today.
Yeah, absolutely. So this week, really tough battle against a really good California team. You travel, you hit the road, it's their homecoming, so that'll be interesting. So we will talk about all of that when we come back on the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Laurie. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Purchasing a boat is a pretty big investment, and when you purchase a Rough Water dock, you're protecting that investment for years to come. Rough Water Dock has been your trusted dock builder at the lake for over 30 years, specializing in custom docks that are built to withstand the rough waters of the Lake of the Ozarks. Rough Water is a full-service dock builder offering commercial construction, dock additions, swim docks. They're Amarin certified and fully insured. Rough Water Dock, the peace of mind you want and the protection you need.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
And welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center. We're here at Osage, home of the Indians, who come off a big 28-0 win over rival Eldon last week. You guys have to hit the road again this week, play a really good California team, both teams with 1-3 records, but probably in both cases, those records are a little deceiving.
Well, we'd like to think so. I can tell you it's deceiving for California for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're well coached and they play extremely hard. You know, they lost a really close game. I think it was to Southern Boone, but they played Savannah, who's outstanding, and played Blair Oaks. So, you know, there's a lot of similarities in our paths, but their kids play hard. California, those kids are always wired a little differently. They work really hard and they get after you. So we're going to have our hands full this week.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Savannah. They're 4-0, I believe. Blair Oaks 4-0. So they played a couple of undefeated teams. I think the teams they played combined are 10-2. So that 1-3 record, they are a good team.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, watching them on film, they've got some key defensive players that really get off the ball and are super aggressive that we're going to have to identify early. So, you know, it's about putting all 3 phases together to kind of balance some of the stuff out. But, you know, not to take away from our kids. We had some kids really step up on Friday night that if you watch them on film, I think, I think Coach Womack's going to see some of our guys we got to and have to acknowledge it, you know, that we're playing better as we go.
Yeah, a lot of similarities between these teams. And you mentioned the running game Friday night. Your running game looked really good. You had a couple of guys that just had breakout games, and I'm guessing you'd like to keep that going on the ground Friday night.
Yeah, and we still, you know, we're battling the idea of balancing things out. You know, Hunter Graber is as talented as a receiver as anybody in the conference, I think. But even like on Friday night, what the common fan doesn't see is like they're doubling up. They've got 2 guys over top of him, and you know, that's just a reality of, hey, when you have such a good game the week before, then you come back and you get doubled, and then that just, you know, moves the ball somewhere else, because if they're identifying 1 player, 2 players on 1, then that's going to give us an imbalance somewhere else. So, you know, it's taking advantage of what the defense gives you, really.
All right, so tough California team. It's their homecoming Friday night. If you look at the keys of the games, what are you guys going to need to do to come out of there with a win?
Well, I think we have to come in fast, and what that means is come in confident and be ready to play. And that's been a little bit of our Achilles heel this year, is we kind of wade into games and figure it out after we get there. And I think we're going to have to set the tone early. But, you know, our kids, I do think the momentum from this week is going to be big for them.
And it's homecoming there. You guys had your homecoming last week, gave you a little extra energy. Does that give a team like California a little extra boost, or could that maybe take away from them?
Not if you talk to the coaches, because hopefully their parade goes up to about 6 p.m. and then they have, you know, pie eating contests and kiss the pig contests and whatever else it is that goes with homecoming. I hope they do all theirs from like 4 to 6 p.m. on Friday night. Not that their kids would be distracted or anything.
Right.
But we'll just say we might send some folks over to help build up the parade a little bit. You know, all jokes aside, homecoming's awesome, but from a football standpoint, it takes a toll on your schedule and how you normally do things. So, but I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
Kiss the pig contest. All right.
We've seen it all.
You guys have been on the road a lot. Kind of getting comfortable with these road games?
It doesn't matter. I mean, Chris, just put us on a bus, put us here. We got so much stuff that we need to get better at. We can, you know, we're going to play anybody, anywhere. So it doesn't matter if it's home or away or in between. We'll strap them on and go.
There you go. It's Coach Shannon Jolly, head coach of the Osage Indians. You can see the game. You're on Lake TV Friday night, Osage at California, the COMC pregame show at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Coming up next, we travel across town. We'll go to Camdenton. We'll talk with Lakers coach Jeff Shore as they get ready for West Plains.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
Polylift Boat Lifts. Boaters everywhere have relied on Polylift boat lifts to raise their boat up and out of the water time and time again. Polylift boat lifts are made of the finest materials and offer a lifetime warranty on the tanks. Stop by Polylift and see the huge selection of wet steps, water toys, and dock accessories. You can even shop online at polylift.com. Polylift boat lifts. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
And welcome back to your COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center. You can see we have made our way here to Camdenton, home of the Lakers, on the practice field with the man, the myth, the legend. It's Jeff Shore, always looking good, man. You know, this is your last year because you've kind of announced you're going to retire, unless you change your mind. Is it hitting home yet? Is it? Did you take the field Friday night, first home game of your last season, and did it kind of hit you at all?
It kind of did. It was a credible community night. We had an unbelievable crowd there. We had a youth cheer night, and then we had honoring all of our youth football and our middle school football, as well as the band played and our dancing team and the cheerleaders. So it was a huge night and beautiful weather. I mean, a packed house.
Yep.
Not a place to sit. The crowd was raucous, as you would say. The JOD was in fine form. So it was a great night, and I really did take it all in, and just a great night for our community. Obviously a great night for football. We played really well, and but on top of that, really just a great night for our community and all of us kind of coming together as Lakers and celebrating a home football game.
Yeah, you beat up on Parkview. I mean, you just annihilated them. Everything went right. It's probably a good game to have leading into a really big game that you got this week on the road against West Plains.
Yeah, 100%. We started out, on fire. Defense played really well. We took the ball first, and Cam scored on a long tunnel screen. Then we came right back and stopped them, and through a slant pass, Cam scored again on that. And then we kind of spread it out. Had a lot of guys play really, really well. Noah Brewer had a pick six for a touchdown. Parkman had a block punt from Kyle Edson that he recovered in the end zone. Kyle blocked 2 punts on the night. And some guys in there that, hadn't seen as much playing time that I felt like really played well and took advantage of their time. Bentley Page caught him a 2-point conversion. We had a bunch of guys, like I said, that really fit in there and did a good job.
So offense, everybody gives you credit because you got that high-powered, high-scoring offense. Defense, the first 4 games of the season, they've been awesome for the Lakers so far.
Yeah, I think we've had 35 scored against us, I think, so we're averaging, a little over a touchdown a game, which is great. So defense has played really well.
Yeah.
Really excited about this next ball game. 2 undefeated teams, both of us are state ranked. And it'll be tough traveling to West Plains. That's a long way. That's the other side of the earth. But it'll be a really good ball game, I think.
Absolutely, and we'll talk about that coming up momentarily. So 4 games into the season, you're 4-0, right where you wanted to be. 3 of those 4 on the road. You got another one on the road. So 4 out of the first 5 games on the road. Winning those first 3 away from home, does that help this week when you travel to West Plains?
Yeah, I think most definitely. We were definitely used to, we were a little nervous about playing at home. We love playing at home, don't get me wrong. But literally we hadn't played at home. 3 games on the road, that's a third of your season just about, and we hadn't seen our home field. So we feel, it's probably an advantage. We played those first 3 and got them under our belt with wins. And I think we'll feel comfortable going on the road. And normally West Plains is a rough trip. I don't think it'd be quite as rough on us because of the experience we've had on the road.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll talk more about that huge showdown Friday night, the Lakers at West Plains, 2 undefeated teams. We'll do that coming up next right here on the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Lori. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Welcome back to the lake and welcome back Free America. Hi, this is Greg at Surdak Yamaha in Osage Beach. Here at Lake of the Ozarks, we wear what we want, we eat what we want, we drink what we want, and we have more fun than we deserve. This place is the ultimate statement of freedom. For 50 years, it has been my job to make sure you have as much fun as I do. Yamaha Wave Runners make that easy. Yamaha Wave Runners last longer, hold their value better, and provide safe family fun better than any watercraft ever made. It's also time to join the Surdak Boat Rental Club to enjoy up to 50% savings on your rentals. Visit Surdak Yamaha on Osage Beach and let my friendly crew help put you on the lake. Supplies are limited, but your freedom isn't. That's at Surdak Yamaha in Osage Beach.
You ride on a reputation at Gary Surdak. You ride on a reputation. You ride on a reputation.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center. Head coach Jeff Shore in his final season before retirement with the Lakers. And the Lakers off to a 4-0 start on the road against a perennial power in the conference in West Plains. And West Plains, coach, is one of the very few teams that has a winning record against the Lakers in the last decade or so.
Yeah, you know, we've had some really interesting games with them, really tight ball games, and hadn't really gone our way a couple of games. We've had some games that we really kind of had under wraps and had a series of unfortunate events that cost us. Had a really good one that we won a few years back on a Luke Galbraith field goal, you know, in overtime. So they've had a really good run of talent, and give them credit, they've done a great job. And all of our games, I mean, they've been decided by a touchdown or less, close to, within the last 6, 7, 8 years. So it'll be a tight ball game.
Yeah, what do they like to do? I think the last time I saw them was that overtime win Camdenton had a few years ago, and they were a running team back then. Do they still like to run the ball?
Yeah, they do a lot of motion.
Yeah.
They're a little different, new head coach, but a lot of the same stuff. A lot of motion, what they call buck sweep, which is we pull 2 guards and get you going one way, and then the quarterback keeping it the other way. They can throw the ball. They have some really talented guys. They have a guy that runs, 10, 500-meter dash, which is flying.
Wow.
So they've got some real talented athletes still. But like I said, we're pretty good in all phases. So we feel like any ball game we go into, we certainly have a chance to win it.
Yeah. So what is going to be the key on the road Friday night, West Plains? You mentioned earlier both teams ranked in the state top 10. So, I mean, both powerhouses. What's it take to win a game like that? We
got to play clean. We've done a good job of that so far all year long. So if we can keep that going and play clean, limit any turnovers, get a few ourselves, penalties. If we'll just play a good, clean ball game, we've got a really good shot to do really well. If we go down there and make a bunch of mistakes and turn the ball over and those kind of things, and it's going to be a rough night for us. So really all we've got to do is play clean, play like we've been playing, play with great effort, and we should be okay.
Yeah. Looking in the district now, postseason, you've got another ranked team in the district, which is Lebanon. They're undefeated as well. A Glendale team, I think, that's pretty darn good. So you've got a tough district after the regular season going into the playoffs. Of course, you'll have to play some of those teams, both Glendale and Lebanon, before the playoffs.
Yeah, so our district is only Branson is the only team, and Central are the only teams that aren't on our regular schedule. So, we're more than likely going to play a team twice, or a couple teams twice. So it is a tough district. And not only is it a tough district, it's a tough road if you win district, because you play the winner of probably Webb City or Carthage.
You're right.
Who I think Carthage was the #1 ranked team in the state, as going into last week. So, so that's it's a tough road. Like I said, we got a team that's pretty good in all phases. So we'll be hard to beat. We're not unbeatable, but it's going to be a chore unless we play bad, but you expect to play good.
Right. Does it feel good to be ranked in the top 10? Does that give the team any extra boost?
Yeah, we like that. I mean, and that's something that's been traditionally we've been ranked.
Yeah.
There. So we like that. We feel like that's a good thing. Honestly, we don't pay too much attention to it, but it does feel good to be there and be one of the top teams in the state.
That'll be a great game on Friday night. Coach Shore and the Lakers are on the road to play West Plains. Again, that's Friday night. Thank you so much for joining us for the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also by SRG Financial Advisors, our Veterinary, Sir Yamaha, Polylift Boat Lifts, and Rough Water Docks.